I was introduced to you with Chasing Summer. How do you relate to the person who created that album?
Oh man, still the same guy, a little older, a little wiser, a little more seasoned, a little more experienced. I look back at the version of the person I was when I was writing Chasing Summer, and I'm extremely sad for that guy. He was going through a lot and nobody knew, and he looks at me and smiles because he knows he has something to look forward to, and there's just been so much growth through pain and through, work. And, I'm proud of both SiRs because, without one, there wouldn't be the other.
As always, it always has to come with that balance, right?
It does.
How do you relate and how do you emote when you're on that stage knowing that that was a past self? How do you try to attach new memories to those tracks?
No, it's the same way I perform the heavy songs, because you got to think, I wrote these songs and, performing them now, they're 2-3-year-old songs. Some of them are 8-year-old songs, that I just decided to put out. So, it's the same with every performance. All I'm trying to do is be present, because every song deserves its respect. So I try to be present through the whole set, which is a very difficult thing to do and a very daunting task, especially how emotional some of these songs make me, but I think I've gotten good at it. The first few shows I broke down, even today was kind of like at the end of the set, I was like losing it. I'm an emotional wreck after all of this trauma.
Yeah, you're going through it all. You're you're literally meeting all yourselves. And you're like, hey, come with me for this song.
Right.
And this one too.
Right.
And let me put you down because I got to pick this one up.
Man, a few of the songs I don't even like performing, but I have to because they're fan favorites. And, they're versions of myself I definitely don't want to let out. You know what I mean? But we won't say what songs.
I really want to know though.
Can you guess?
I don't know. That's the thing.
What song do you think I just hate to perform because it puts me in a place that I don't want to be?
Well, I think in order for me to answer that, I would have to reveal a lot about myself.
Same.
So you know what I mean?
All right, so I'm married.
Yeah.
I'm SiR.
Yeah.
Made some mistakes. What song would be the worst song for me to sing?
I mean, Dream Girl, like John Redcorn?
No, John Redcorn, no, because that's a very introspective song. That's Why I Love You. Let's just start there.
Yeah. Okay. That's the one that it hits a little bit?
Sonically, amazing.
Beautiful.
Feature-wise, amazing.
Right.
Lyrically, not the song I want to be singing.
Yeah. How do you do it? Because that's the song that we were like, SiR, thank you. Because you really did. You kind of gave us the words when we didn't have it. And we had to confront ourselves, right?
Oh, yeah.
And thinking about Heavy, right? When did you know that you were making this album? Did you set out to make it? Did you start with a couple tracks, take a few steps back? How did this Heavy process come about?
Sheesh. Heavy is like probably 3 years old, with a few new records that we added as we got healthy. But I started that playlist in the depths of my addiction, in the depths of depression, in one of the worst places, which is funny because some of the best records, man, came from that, but as I healed, as I set myself to the side to heal and focus on myself and my family, I started to see a through line of light at the end of the tunnel, but so much darkness. So, the playlist was kind of creating itself as I was recreating myself. And, I looked up and we had too many songs. So, Heavy is definitely a labor of love, but it's my it's my life in a nutshell for the last 3 years, you know what I mean? And it's a beautiful victory for me. I'm not worried about what it's selling. I'm not worried about how it looks to people. I mean, I've survived those lyrics. I survived that. That's really me. That really happened. And, this is for me. I love that I have fans that listen to it and again can, understand what's going on and feel for me, but it's literally for me. You know what I mean? And I thank God for this one for sure.
So when this album was over, were you like, okay, I'm going to give it away? Or what was the process of being ready to release it? Because it took a little minute.
It took a while. No. It was, it was me. It was me being healthy. We definitely were sitting on this in 2023. We started to drop our last single and, I just relapsed, had a horrible relapse. And, it set me back, you know, and I had to really, you know, really know that I was ready. You know, I had to know that I was ready. Everybody else around me was doing everything they could to help me get healthy, but I had to decide that I wanted to be healthy. What's up, y'all? This is my crew.
That's love.
Yeah.
That's love for real.
I had to decide I wanted to be healthy, and I had to decide that, you know, I was, you know, ready to share this message. And, you know, it took a while, but I just thank God for Top. People like him, you know, he definitely did everything he could to, like, be patient with me and give me all the time I needed. And, you know, my wife, my family, I got to be thankful to them for just supporting me the way they do. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to be where I am today without, you know, my family, my mom, my family, my wife.
You have a lot of family around you, and that's one, we just saw some. We saw your crew, right?
Yeah.
So you have the people who are with you on this tour day in and day out.
Yeah.
You've got your musical family, you've got TD, right? TD is on fire right now. Every single one of y'all is just like firing on all cylinders. And it's something that's really impressive to see coming from a roster. You mentioned Top being such a supporter. What is something that you've learned through your label mates that you've maybe learned through them that you wanted to incorporate into your practice as you've come into heavy?
Oh man, I mean, for the next project, I'm just going back to the basics. Hustle like I'm broke. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what I've accomplished, I need to focus on what's next, and I need to dig down and like really start writing some songs. You know, I've been working so much on touring and everything that I haven't had time to like really do what I love most. So, you know, I'm just going back to the basics, going to the studio, sitting down, shutting up. Y'all ain't gonna see me for a year. And then all of a sudden it's gonna be music video after music video, and we drop it and we ready to go.
Well, I'm ready for that.
Yeah,
honestly.
No, for sure. I will never be going 5 years. I'm not that type of artist. I should have never been going that long in the first place. You know what I mean? So I got points to prove now. You know, so yeah, I'm excited about the future.
So that reminds me of, you did an interview with Rolling Stone's Megan Jordan, and you talked about how obviously through your journey of recovery, using music as a diary of sorts. As you're on this tour, do you jot notes about things that you're going through? Do you keep it until you have that year where you get to sit back and process, or how's your process?
My process is it's pretty archaic, honestly. I'm like, send me beats.
Yeah.
I got a folder of beats, and I literally just wait until it's time for me to get in the studio, and I pull up my folder of beats. I'm simple. Or I make a beat, or I start a piano. You know what I mean? Those kind of, like, I'm that kind of simple, where the lyrics will be based off of the feeling I get, the color that I hear
right
in the music. You know what I mean? You know,
the color that you hear.
Yeah.
What color do you feel like right now? What's the color of SiR today?
I'm very I'm like a deep dark blue.
Why deep dark blue?
It's a lot going on outside of music. Yeah. But like almost a little purple. You know what I mean? The darkest of blues.
Like a midnight
blue.
Midnight blue is what we're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love that you can say that and still say it with a smile, because even though it's hard, you're still showing up and you're here.
I have no choice.
That part.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you. This was wonderful.
This was great.
I really appreciate this conversation.
I really appreciate it too.
Yeah.